George Mason is actually a fourth-generation Virginian. His great-great-grandfather first came to the colony of Virginia in the 1650s, but our George, who is George the Fourth, was one of the very first native-born Fairfax County residents, having been born here at what is now the Gunston Hall Plantation in 1725. My name is Scott Stroh, and I'm very pleased to serve as the Executive Director of George Mason's Gunston Hall. George turned 21, being the oldest son. He inherited the entirety of the estate, which was over 20,000 acres and approximately 24 enslaved African Americans. As would have been expected for a wealthy member of the Virginia gentry, did serve at the more local level here in the county. He also served in capacities within the Fairfax County government, or what would have been the county government at that point. He was a county clerk for a period of time, a justice for a period of time. He collaborated with George Washington in writing the Fairfax Resolves in 1774, the first written expression of grievances against the Crown, and including the possibility of declaring independence if those grievances weren't accounted for. And by the time of the American Revolution, he was widely considered by both his peers and the younger generation of revolutionary Virginians as the intellectual foundation for the revolutionary movement. He was considered by Washington and Jefferson and Patrick Henry and James Madison to be the go-to person for the ideas and the inspirations supporting the revolutionary movement. The Continental Congress asked each of the colonies to create their own government, and when the Virginia Convention convened in Williamsburg for the purpose of creating a new government for the colony of Virginia, Mason was elected and he served. And it was in that capacity in Williamsburg that he wrote the Virginia Declaration of Rights and the first Virginia Constitution. And both of them became, at the time, and continue to be incredibly important foundational documents for our nation's history.